I find myself in a bit of a perplexing situation, and I could really use some advice. My wife and I have been married for over 20 years, and she's always been great at picking out clothing that fits her well. Recently, she said she bought some lingerie to try out. This would be the first time in over 20 years. She wore it to show me. Neither of us were impressed. It didn't fit well and seemed cheap. She thought so too. However, she suggested that I buy her something I like instead. Here's where things get complicated. When I tried to find the lingerie again, I couldn't locate it. She claimed she had thrown it out, which struck me as odd. What I did find was a stash of other lingerie, sexy items that were more in line with both our tastes. The problem is, this is the first time I'm seeing any of it. We've had our rough patches in the past, and looking back, there were a few red flags that I didn't fully address. Some things were swept under the rug because I didn't know better, and others were ignored due to a lack of evidence. Lately, our relationship has been on the upswing, but this situation has left me feeling confused and questioning everything that's happened before. I'm at a loss about what to do next. Should I confront my wife about the lingerie and the inconsistencies in her story? How do I address the past issues that were brushed aside? I want to trust her and believe that we can work through this, but my confidence in our relationship has taken a hit. Any advice or insight you can offer would be greatly appreciated. To provide more context and shed light on some red flags from the past that got swept under the rug. Early in our relationship, there were incidents that made me uncomfortable. I caught my wife chatting with another guy on AOL while I was in the shower, and her sister once had to stop a guy from getting into the salon where she worked, presumably to talk to my wife. There was also a troubling incident where I found her grinding on top of my friend after a night out, although she was heavily intoxicated. About 10 years ago, she left a job under accusations from her boss's wife that she was flirting and sleeping with him, and then there were situations where she would go out and disappear for hours without answering calls or messages, claiming she forgot to take her phone off Do Not Disturb. In the past year, our relationship seemed to be on the mend, but the recent lingerie incident triggered all my past concerns, making me question the foundation of our marriage. Every incident that was swept under the rug seems to have grown into a giant tree, casting shadows on our present. I'm torn and confused about what to do next. Confronting her seems inevitable, but I fear it might lead to more denial or half-truths. How can I address these concerns effectively without jeopardizing the progress we've made in the past year? I genuinely love my wife, but these uncertainties are eating away at our relationship. Any advice, perspective, or similar experiences you can share would be immensely valuable to me. Update. I wanted to provide an update on my situation, and I don't quite know how to start. The past few weeks have been incredibly challenging, and I've discovered some heartbreaking truths about my marriage. After the lingering doubts and suspicions, I decided to hire a private investigator to uncover the truth. What they found has shattered me. I now have undeniable evidence that my wife has been having an affair. The PI captured photos of her with another man at a massage parlor, and the worst part, they were kissing. They went to a hotel together afterward and came out a few hours later. It's like a nightmare I can't wake up from. The pain is beyond words. I confronted my wife with the evidence, and it led to a painful and emotional conversation. She admitted to the affair and confessed that it had been going on for a while. The man in the photos was someone she had known for years and years. Since before we'd even gotten married, I'm devastated, angry, and confused. I never imagined my marriage would come to this. It's as if the ground beneath me has crumbled away, leaving me in freefall. I'm grappling with feelings of betrayal, sadness, and a profound sense of loss. The trust we once shared feels irreparably broken. Now I'm faced with the daunting task of navigating a divorce and starting over. If anyone has been through something similar and has advice on how to cope or how to move forward, I would be incredibly grateful. I never thought I'd be in this position, but I have to find the strength to rebuild my life. Thank you for listening.